Alright, how's it going today, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back to the channel. Thanks for stopping by and checking out this video. Oh, it's been a while. Got a nasty shadow on my face, so we'll try this for a little bit. Oh man, it's been a while. 2020's been a crazy year. Haven't posted pretty much at all. I've made maybe a couple videos this year, but this summer's been absolutely crazy, as all you guys know out there. So hopefully I'm gonna get started making some more videos here soon, but you know, it's just been crazy. So this is kind of a last minute video. I have a handful of videos coming up that hopefully you guys will be interested, so stay tuned for that. As I said in the previous video, we had some bad weather, the pandemic, so on and so forth. I apologize for the backwards hat too. I know it's a bold look, but trying some lighting and stuff like that, and it's casting a nasty shadow on my face. But woke up this morning and it was white outside. So here in the upper Midwest, winter comes pretty darn early. So I've been getting some things in order for, you know, the wife's vehicle, my vehicle, things like that, for kind of a winter survival kit, vehicle preparedness kit, whatever you want to call it. I'm still waiting on a couple other things, but I think I got a lot of it squared away. And kind of coincidental, I was putting this thing together, kind of going through inventory and going through some other kits and things like that, and just trying to get, you know, the winter kit ready for my wife's vehicle. And I actually stumbled across a video from Wrangle Star, Cody over there at Wrangle Star, and I was pleasantly surprised that we were on the same mindset. Had a lot of stuff in common, a lot of stuff down to the actual storage container, down to a T. So there's a couple things that I'm missing that I'm waiting on, but we'll go ahead and dive right into it. All right, so first and foremost, winter. Guys and gals out there, if you're not ready for it, it's gonna sneak up on you. As some would say, winter is coming, and for some, winter is already here. So going through putting the kit together, and I went ahead and stuck with the old Action Packer. These, let me go ahead and turn this on. These Action Packers, I don't know if you can see it very well in the frame there. These things are about as robust and tough as they get. I mean, they come in a bunch of different sizes, but the wife and I, my family, a lot of people have gone through every type of Rubbermaid type storage tote, container, so on and so forth. So far, these I think are the best ones out there. Pretty much weatherproof. Obviously you can't submerge it. It's not a Pelican case by any means, but if you need a seat, need a stool, so on and so forth, these things are built like tanks. So I'm gonna set this just here off frame, and I am going to just kind of do a I guess, what would you call this? Like a pocket dump, or a container dump, I guess. So let me go ahead and pop this thing open. But yeah, I'll throw some links down below. These are kind of hard to find every once in a while, and forgive me, I mean, actually don't forgive me, I don't come up with the prices, but when you look on Amazon and eBay, links below, they're not cheap. But they are super heavy duty. As I said before, you can use them as a stool. You know, if you're a shorter fella and you need to reach up, you know, about 12 inches higher than you can reach, works great for that. And also, you know, a seat, you can really throw them around, beat them up, blah 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 blah. We'll go ahead and get into it. So I just put this together. I got a couple other things actually that I'm charging up, and I'll go ahead and pull this out because this is gonna go in the kit here. And you know, we all rely on our cell phones pretty much 100% nowadays, whether it's maps, communication, entertainment, yada yada yada. So obviously in the winter you want to make sure that you got a good charge on your cell phone in case you need to call AAA or call a family member for help. So one thing you need to throw in your kit or in your car is a battery backup. Say for some reason your car dies, your battery dies, at least you can get power to your battery backup. So my favorite has been Anchor. I've been using Anchor products, the battery backups and cables and things like that. I even got a couple cheap flashlights and stuff from them, and they're bulletproof, and they got great customer service. I've only had one battery bank fail. I called the manufacturer and they just asked me a few questions. Turned out I was using a Apple dock to charge it, and it's too low a voltage, so it ended up just crapping out. So you need to use like a Samsung or a higher voltage, or just stick with the Anchor one. But this one, it's got the iQ'd. This is, I don't know, 20,000 milliamp hours or something like that, something ridiculous. It'll charge your phone, laptop, a bunch of stuff. And to go along with that is just a little bag to put your charging cables in. And I have one from Anchor. It's actually a three-way, so you have your Lightning, USB-C, and your micro USB, so you can charge any device. Keep it in a little sack. And then also another thing to go along with the small electronics is my grandmother gifted us a handful of these little Eddie Bauer like hot hands, rechargeable hot hands. So nice thing to throw in the kit. Obviously with winter coming, hot hands are a good one to have. Keep going in here. Obviously a water bottle. This one actually has water in it right now, but you obviously want to deplete it of its fluids so that you have you know, something to boil water in, you know, obviously melt snow, so on and so forth. A good metal container. This one here is just a Stanley. It's fairly inexpensive, but you can screw this off, and then you have a 100% stainless steel single wall, which is important to melt your snow or boil water. Oh, next up, this is something that I've had, was gifted to me quite a few years ago, and I've kept this in my wife's car for years now, and this is from Gerber. Gosh, hopefully the lighting's okay in here. I apologize if it's not, but I got this little guy here. Hopefully it's recording, but we'll go ahead and open this up, and this is kind of a vehicle survival kit, but inside here you have all sorts of goodies, and when it's deployed, the first thing you have is a halfway decent flashlight. That's something that you're going to want in your car, a good flashlight. It's CR123, keep an extra battery, and what I do is I unscrew the tail clip just so that it's, you know, you can't accidentally engage it and turn it on when stowed. Inside here you have a small little pouch. Forgive the sound too, I'm actually in my shop today. It's raining, snowing, so on and so forth, but I'll hold this up here for a second, and that's what it looks like when it's deployed. So inside this pouch, I'll go ahead and open it up. I'm not gonna pull everything out, but I have like some twine, ferrocerium rod, waterproof matches with cotton in there for fire starter. I have a couple hanks of fat wood, a wet wipes, a miniature road flare, and let's see, this is one of those it's a Frontier emergency water filter. It's one of those straws, just a backup, kind of redundant, you know, if you're going to be boiling. And then just a cheap backup folding knife. Man, it's coming down now, so hopefully that doesn't screw with our audio too bad. Like I said, I feel like a rookie at making these videos because I haven't made one in forever. Keep going in here. It does have a small axe. It's a small Gerber axe, Fisker's axe. It came with another one, but I had this one, a little pack axe, and this one was kind of handy because in the handle it's got a small blade in it. So, you know, good thing to have. Kind of like that idea. You know, as a good little beater axe. You know, if you obviously need to chop wood. To go along with that, it does have a saw and your small little pack axe. If you got a down limb or something like that on your way home, it's going to take you quite a bit of work to get through it, but at least you can. So I don't want this video to be a half an hour long, so I'm going to try to rush through the rest of it here. If I can get that put back where it goes. Another thing that every vehicle needs, if every man or woman does not have one, is a good multi-tool. Now I obviously carry pretty much mainly for my EDC still is the Leatherman Wave, but for my wife's vehicle, that's what this is gonna go. It's got just a Gerber, you know, it's got all the bells and whistle that your standard Leatherman or multi-tool will have. Another cool thing that was kind of in here is it's like a wire cutter. You could probably cut through some small chain link or small wire with that. I've actually never used that, but it comes in the kit, so that's kind of neat. Yay for that. And then a really important one is if you don't have a kit like this, you need to have a shovel in the winter. If you're getting any sort of snow, slush, things like that, a little pack shovel. This one here's got the, you know, military style. It folds, you can chop with it, you can really beat on these things. And we've actually, out of this whole kit, this gets used all the time, even when we're out camping and stuff. If you need to dig a hole for whatever reason, it's really great. But you know, if you get stuck in the snow, get stuck in the sand, in the mud, it's just really good to have. And that all nestles up in a nice little kit. And there's that. Obviously we're talking about vehicle survival, and I normally keep a tow rope or chains in my truck, but for my wife's vehicle, and thanks to Cody at Wrangle Star, I'm gonna get one ordered. It's one of the Bubba ropes, recovery ropes. If you can't afford that or you can't find it anywhere, just get a good 20, 30, 40 foot recovery strap. Obviously, if you're dealing with snow, you're gonna want something like that. And if you have four-wheel drive, you can always help out a fellow man or woman if they get into a bad situation. I normally keep a real nice heavy-duty pair of jumper cables in every vehicle, but in this kit, I just threw in a small little 10 or 12 foot. Not as cheap as you can find, but fairly cheap, just good backups to have. And to go along with that, and in the kit I had that small emergency flare, is a couple good road flares. Don't chintz out on these, don't buy the Chinese ones. These are good Orions. I think they're like 15 or a half hour burn time. Let's see, 15 minute. So in all in this kit I have 3 road flares. I would like to get some of those orange pucks, the LED pucks, so you can find those at Walmart, Amazon. I had one somewhere and I misplaced it. It's probably in a vehicle somewhere, but it's not in a proper kit, so I can't find it at the moment. So good road flares, obviously, if you break down. And not to be sexist, but every man should have a comprehensive toolkit in their vehicle, especially if you're driving old beaters like I'm used to. It's good to have if you can do, you know, some minimal repairs on the side of the road. Throw out some road flares or some cones, things like that, just to make your presence known. Inside, I also keep my hidden Woodsman survival kit. A lot of times this goes in the glove box, but I figured I'd go ahead and throw it in this kit because a handful of times it has gotten down below the seat. But I have a whole comprehensive review on this, and I got a couple of these and I use them all the time. But inside here I have, you know, a backup flashlight, an Olot S10 baton, a Bic lighter, another water filter, Sharpie. This is an emergency sleeping bag, like a bivy bag. And then I'm not going to go way into it. A tourniquet, bandanas, and then in this pouch over on this side it's got all sorts of stuff. Sharpening stone, compass, a handful of bags, some orange duct tape, another backup CR123 battery, signaling mirror, blah, 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 backup batteries. Yeah, if you want to check out what's inside this kit, I got another video. Maybe I'll link it right here if I can figure it out. If not, I'll throw it in the description, or you can just go into my videos and find the Hidden Woodsman Survival Kit. Keep going here. Since I could fit it, I threw in one of these cheap little Mylar survival blankets. I hate these things, but they take up almost no room and weight, so might as well. And here I have a emergency food ration bar. This is 2,400 calories. It's like a giant granola bar. You can pick these up pretty much anywhere. It's lifeboat food. So you can either get lifeboat food, and I found these, I think, on Amazon or Walmart for like $5. So I bought a bunch of these just to throw into kits. Easy calories. And then also a MRE. This one here, spaghetti with Italian style and meat sauce. Pretty much I threw this in there, and this is because it's morale booster. If you do get broke down, say you're out in the boondocks, and say if I'm not with the wife and kids, it's pretty easy. If they're hungry, they can chow down on a granola bar, and then this you don't need you know, to boil water or anything. It's got everything in there, and kind of a morale booster. It's got M&Ms and all sorts of stuff. MREs, everybody knows what those are about. To go along with that, I do have a few of these. These are great to have. These are emergency water pouches. You know, it's purified drinking water in a Mylar pouch. And these things have frozen, solid, but they're pretty small. So obviously in the winter they are gonna freeze, but you can throw them in some other water to melt. You can put them down inside your coat when your body heat. There's not a whole lot in here. It's only 4.2 fluid ounces. So, you know, whatever. Keep going. I got just a cheap Mora companion knife, blaze orange. So if you drop it in the snow or something, it's easy to find. They're like $13. Get a handful of these if you don't already. Throw them in your kits. Excellent, excellent knives, and they're just good to have. And here I have one of the Lucy lanterns. This one is the emergency one, so obviously you can inflate it. It's solar powered. It does have a bunch of different settings, but then also it's got the red SOS. So if you are stranded, throw it on the side or whatever. And then it's got a red steady on, inflated up, solar powered. Awesome little thing to have in a kit. And as I said before, recovery. If you're gonna have some good chains or a recovery strap in your vehicle, throw some good gloves and a good hat, winter hat. Leather preferably, but I got a couple of these winter mechanics gloves in case you got to deal with chains, or if you're down there digging out in the snow. Another good thing to have. A cheap Bic lighter. Obviously I don't have to explain that. Another thing to not chimp out on, I spoke before about the cheap Mylar. Get yourself one of these. This is a grabber blanket, casualty blanket, emergency blanket, space blanket. They go by all sorts of different names. Spend the extra $5 and get a good one. This one's really heavy duty. I have a couple in the OD green that I keep in kits. This one is, I don't know if you can see that, blaze orange, and it's really heavy duty. Obviously you get cold, break down, use this as a blanket, use it as a ground tarp if you got to get underneath your vehicle, do some work, use it as a tarp. A handful of different reasons to have this in there, but get the good heavy duty one. This thing will last you a lifetime. Put one in every vehicle. Must have, absolutely must have. A packable rain jacket to go along with the gloves and the toboggan or beanie or whatever. hat. This is just a Frog Togs, you know, lightweight, really crunches down practically to nothing. Rain jacket, if you need to walk somewhere, extra layer insulation, good thing to have in your kit. Let's see, extra Ziploc bag with a handful of tea candles. You know, it's a backup for fire. If you have real wet tinder and kindling, light one of these bad boys under there, throw it under there, it'll dry it out. You'll have fire in no time. I turned on all the lights. I said screw it, I'm just gonna turn on all the lights. Trying to make this look nice, but you guys don't care. You guys don't care. Keep going here, kind of getting to the bottom of things. I just threw this in because I got a well, not a handful, but a few of these, and it's a 10 by 10 tarp. I use this one. I kind of did a review on it. It's a Free Soldier. I think it's a 10 by 10 or 9 by 9. I used to use it with my hammocks. You know, it's a fairly inexpensive. I'll throw links down below. Feel free to check it out. But yeah, you can go ahead and pick one of these up. Same thing, if you get stranded, you can pitch this up. If your car's broke down, it's a tarp. Everybody needs a good tarp in their vehicle. So last thing is a small sleeping bag. Now in my vehicles, I do keep wool blankets. You can go to your military surplus stores or order them on eBay or Amazon or whatever. Get a good like 75 to 100% wool blanket. You can buy old, you know, military blankets. Those ones are great to have. We use them for camping in the summer as well. But just to keep in your vehicle in the winter, it's a must-have. But this is a small ultralight down mummy style sleeping bag, and this one's rated for 32 degrees Fahrenheit, and it's practically nothing. And it's a full sleeping bag. Obviously, you're gonna have to decompress it, fluff it up for a little bit, but for 1 or 2 people, big morale booster, you know, get nice and cozy if you have to. And that's actually it for the Action Packer survival kit, vehicle, winter, whatever. And to go along with all this, I can't emphasize this enough, that everybody out there, man, woman, teenager, whoever, they need to have a good comprehensive first aid kit or an IFAK in their vehicle. I don't keep that in this kit. I do keep a lot of times like a boo-boo kit in these, you know, something like this. It's waterproof, you can make it yourself. These are pretty handy. I'll try to find it and throw a link down below, but for a handful of dollars, it's a waterproof bag, red, and then you can just make your own. But go online and check out a good comprehensive first aid kit. So this is like something that I keep in my vehicles. You want something handy and easily accessible that, say, worst case scenario, you are in a bad car accident, or if you see a bad car accident, you don't have to go digging through another kit to find it. And like in here, you have, you know, trauma kits, Israeli bandages, tourniquets, lots of gauze, all that type of stuff in here, and then create like a small little boo-boo kit with ibuprofen, aspirin, band-aids, things like that, and you throw that in the kit. Keep this somewhere accessible. You can, you know, mount it to the back of the seat, put it underneath your driver's seat in your glove box. I can't emphasize that enough. This type of thing will actually save someone's life in a heartbeat. So go online. I'll try to throw some links down below of some pre-assembled first aid kits. I'm not a medic or anything. My sister and my sister-in-law are both nurses. I've done a lot of research over the years, and I have helped in some first responder situations. And this kit right here, I've actually had to use before. And it's something, it's a peace of mind. It's something good to have. Hope all you guys are being safe out there with this pandemic. You know, I feel your pain. Everybody gets stressed up and everything, but I want you all to be safe out there. So you don't have to do exactly this kit, but just, you know, maybe take into consideration your kit that you currently have or what you could do to make it better. So this is Matt with Outside the Box. Thanks for stopping by, checking out this video. We will see you on the next one. Take care.